In this video, we're going to look at target 1. I can write the equation of a sequence, arithmetic. When you're given information, whether it's tiles or a graph, and neither of them are in a table, I feel that the best way to do these is to make a table out of the data. So if you made your table with n and t of n because it's sequence, and this is figure number 1, you'd put a 1 here, 2, 3 for your figure number, count those up, it has 3 blocks, so I'd put a 3. The next one has 6, the remaining one has 9. Fill in a spot for 0, because 0 is a really important data point. There are 2 things that it takes to write an equation. One is the initial value of what it starts at, which can be found across from the 0, and then what it goes by. Each time, how much is this table changing, and you can write your equation. So, if I was to calculate this, appears to be adding 3 every time, adding 3, adding 3. Then if I'm going to go backwards, I'm going to subtract 3, and this would be 0. Therefore, my equation would be t of n equals, it starts at 0, and I add 3 every time. So 0 plus 3n. Most people would just rewrite that as t of n equals 3n plus 0, or just plain old 3n. It's based off of what it starts at, and clearly what it goes by. Next equation, down here in this, is a skipping graph like this. It's discrete. Sequences are discrete. You do not connect the dots. So if I was going to turn this into a table, number 10 would be 20, number 15 would be 30, and number 20 would be 40. Now this one is skipping a lot over here. It's skipping 5 places. So it has a 5 skip in its moves, but it's growing by 10. Well, if it's skipping 5 and it's growing by 10, then I can just say 10 divided by 5. Well, in each move, that's growing by 2. Another way to do it is just say, well, 10 times 2 is 20, 15 times 2 is 30, and so on, just straight across. Well, then 0 times 2 would be 0, and you're going to end up with 0, 0 up there anyways. Or you could work yourself back. You could go to the 5, which would have 10, and then the 0 would have 0 as well. Basically what you're doing, it starts at 0, and it's growing by 2 every time. You're finding the slope. You're finding the rate of change. And in arithmetics, it's constant. It changes by the same amount over and over again. So then t of n would equal 2n, because it starts at 0 and grows by 2. So the key to this strategy is making tables, looking for the 2 key ingredients, the initial value of what it starts at, and then figure out what it goes by. And you can write your equation. Because when you build your equation, you put your starts at number here, and then what it goes by gets the letter with it. Good luck.